Hi, my name is Sebastian S. Growing up, a lot of kids play high school sports and move on to high school athletic teams. The coaches that you have are mentors and have a positive effect on your life both on and off the court. Not only do they teach you about your sport, but they have a big impact off the court with the life lessons they teach you through sports. One person that I admire and that I will be interviewing is my grandfather, Keith Arnold. We talked over his experiences growing up, his involvement in the Marine Corps, and his coaching life. Hello everybody, this is my grandfather. I call him Gomi, and I think we could start by saying, what was your life like growing up?
Well, as I said, growing up was a environment of always having a baby in the house. And then going to school, like all of us, elementary school was good, then we moved to the middle school, high school. And so high school was my opportunity then, as you know, everybody, that's when I got hooked on athletics. Because back then there were not a lot of youth. There was Little League, but that was about it. There were not a lot of youth programs like there are in today's world. So at the high school level, I ended up picking up football, basketball, and running track. And that continued through the whole thing. So it was a typical kindergarten, elementary school, junior high school, and high school.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, good question. Born back in the 40s, raised in a blue-collar environment, and moved from the city into the country, my parents used to call it back then. And then, by the time I left high school, I was the oldest of 7 kids. I have 2 brothers and 4 sisters.
What made you decide to join the Marine Corps?
Well, the Marine Corps decision was based on the fact that I had gone to college for 2 semesters. And to be honest, I knew it was like really not quite ready. So even though it was 1966 and the Vietnam War was going on and there was, people were being drafted into the military, et cetera, et cetera. And I just said, it wasn't a whim or anything, but it was like, what am I going to do now? And I enlisted in the Marine Corps, and I'm sure part of the reason of that was my father was a Marine during World War II. So I think there was some influence by that I ended up selecting the Marine Corps.
What got you into coaching?
I feel now that what got me into high school was the fact that I was a 3-sport athlete in high school. As it turned out, football, basketball, and track. So for 4 years, I'm playing those 3 sports. And the football coach I respected, the basketball coach I kind of respected because I was a starter as a sophomore. And I started and played for 3 years. I played in college for that first year. I said I was on a freshman. Because back then, everybody had to be a freshman team. You didn't play on the teams you see on television until you were a sophomore. And so just that background in those 3 sports, once I got out of the Marine Corps and I went to UMass Amherst, that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a phys ed teacher and coach.
Can you describe any major events that occurred during your coaching career?
But the first major event was the fact that I was a high school gym teacher, and I reflected not only the education at UMass, but who those coaches were I referred to that I went through. I thought about them and how the football coach react. Again, 2 things. One is the coach's personality and teaching, but the thing I learned from those 3 coaches, which happened to be men, was they were all teachers. I don't mean just a teacher in the school. They were teaching the sport. The football coach, the basketball coach, and the track coach were teaching skills in teaching how to be athletes. I'm saying this now based on your question, that in today's world that I've retired from as a teacher coach, a lot of coaches may not have been high school teachers, but even those teachers, a lot of coaches I know, now that I'm done with it, they coach, but they don't teach. If that makes any sense to any of these people listening. When you go in, you're not just giving an offense or defense or stuff like that. You're teaching the game, both the skills of the game, the rules of the game, and how to play. So teaching is what, for some reason, based on my high school coaches, I was able to pick up how they did it, not just preaching, but teaching.
What challenges did you face on your way to become a coach and the respected man you are today?
The challenge? I would think, Sebastian, that if you took this interview in total, the things that I brought up, the good, we never said the good, the bad, and the ugly, but the whole challenge was to start as a young coach and go into that Provincetown situation with a background from college, but also those teachers that I had in high school and those coaches, kind of emulating them. And then the longer you were in it, it's like anything in life, the longer you had this job and stayed with it, the better you got. You know, how I was teaching in that first 5 years, actually not just athletics, but in the classroom.
Very well. It was an honor talking to you, and it was a pleasure to share your story. I'm Sebastian S, and thank you for listening.
Sebastian, I've enjoyed it immensely. I want to thank you very much and the nice job you've done. And I really want to commend you on your new haircut.
As you can see, my grandfather has had a positive effect on not just athletes' lives, but to the society in general by serving in the Marine Corps. And that's why I admire him.